Hello and welcome to the view aspect of this beautiful Virgin Pendolino service. I'm going to demonstrate the amount of views you have with this train. So let's get started. Just to clarify, this here is the control centre for the train itself for driving purposes. I'm going to minimise this so you can get a better view of the actual train. To do this, if you want to do it, you just press F4 and it will go. In terms of this view, we are in the cab view itself, which is number 1 on the keypad. As I say, it's pretty basic. You get a screen here which is displaying time. It does absolutely nothing apart from that. It's purely just to display time, so if you want a quick look you just swing to the left and there it is. You can control the train itself from this whole place if you want to. If you zoom in, just pressing the up arrows. This is the tilt, so if you don't want the tilt on, simply click it and it will go to isolated, which, let me just say, will not allow the tilt mechanism to work around corners, which does restrict you to a lot of things, including the speed in which the Pendolino will go. So you can do a nice 160 miles an hour with the tilt on round a corner, pretty much any corner on this course, but with that off you're restricted, and I'd recommend about 100 miles an hour down the course because you're just going to derail the train. If the tilt's not available in parts of the track, it will light up here. Apart from that, usually I've never had any problems when it comes to tilt not available, but it's there for a purpose, I suppose. Here is your speedometer, which obviously gives you a quick run on the speed, but like I said, mostly we're all going to be aiming for that 160 on the Virgin run. Obviously that's the emergency brake, so if there's a problem up ahead and you want to manually do it yourself, and it will do it, knock itself out. Now for this I'm going to bring up that control tower again. This is basically, that represents this, so as I turn it, that switch moves with me. So obviously we want to be going forward, and obviously you can do it that way or you can do it on here. Most of us will do it on here, but for those geeks who really want to get the full aspect of being in the train simulator and want to physically do it manually without this help, go ahead because you're allowed to. Here is the gear. This is basically your that. So at the moment, if I whack it, this is the brake. This is a brake and accelerator combined, and the halfway point is the blue marker. If it's there, it will do nothing. But let me clarify: to keep the Virgin Pendolino going with no brake, no acceleration on, you have to go to 33%. That is the cut-off point for where the brakes are not actually used, but the acceleration is not used. So it is basically on a roll. Do not, the halfway point is not actually, on most trains it's not represented, but halfway usually means it knocks off the acceleration and the brakes, but on the Virgin train it doesn't. Speed wise, like I said, you're going to get a nice 160 miles per hour on this train, no problemo, in a straight run all round curves. Apart from that, if you look here, this is the door mechanisms. That's the bell. But when I press this button, it will open the doors on the outside, which I will show you as well. But if I press it, the light goes off to indicate that the train doors are actually open. Now if we go to the world view, over the platform, doors are actually open with people coming in and out. And if I stay in here while I'm still talking, you will hear the doors. That will light back up when the doors are shutting. And it will actually make a noise when it is clear for the vehicle to start going. But apart from that, it's pretty much basic stuff. I mean, some controls you can't actually use. Windscreen wipers. That's the pantograph, so that's for the electricity supply, which I'll show you in a bit. That's windscreen wipers, so you can configure it. Like I said, you can do all this in this control power panel here. That's what it's there for. And there's the noise to say we can go. So if we step out to another view now, I will show you the other views. For a quick one while I'm on the subject, I will show you the pantograph coming down when you press the button. So if you don't know what a pantograph is, they are actually meant to be up. For some reason they're not. It's those. I'm just going to try something there. Let me just see if that's done it now. No. That's strange. On some tracks it doesn't actually do it, some it does. But even if the pantograph's not up, it will still run, but you have to have electricity wires over the top. Don't just put these on like an Oxford to Paddington run because there's no electricity supply. Right, for the next view we're going to go for this. Now there's two head-out camera for the left and head-out camera for the right. Left obviously gives you a view of the just outside the window, but we're still in the first cab. You can look forward, you can zoom in by pressing the up. You can switch 180 degrees to the back of the train to look at the actual whole of the train. You can look down at the track, and you can obviously look up to the sky. Apart from that, you're pretty restricted to that. If you want to switch, you just press the right arrow or you press the actual icon itself. This is a nice view, I suppose, sometimes when you just want to have a nice cruise down a straight run. You just want to keep at the front, but you want to keep an aspect of the outside of the view. This is an action camera run. I will show that last because that requires the train to be going pretty fast. Or this, number one, this stands for the view of the first cab. It will stick to the first cab. You can't actually move pretty much from there. You can manually go down the cabs, but usually you just stick to the first cab. You can move 100, 360 degrees up and down. Obviously get as close as you want. This is also good for when you're cruising. You just want to see what the train looks like from the outside. Here's number two for the rear of the train. So you can keep an eye from the rear point of view of the whole train, its system itself. This is number 5 on the keypad. This is the inside view, which is a favourite one of mine. This is a high detail view of the inside of the cab. Again, you're also restricted, I'm afraid, to left and right, up and down, and you can go left, but you can't look behind you, which is a bit weird. But there's actually sometimes there's more people on, depends what carriage you're on. But for the Virgin Pendolino, this is all you're going to get, I'm afraid. But it's very high detail. You can press the up key to zoom in, and you can quite clearly say that says laptop and phone chargers only, which is a nice addition. So you can actually sit in this view while the train is moving itself, and it's a nice realistic view, what usually passengers will see. Not many people see the front cab unless you're a driver yourself. This is a bird's eye view, a very close bird's eye view, let me clarify, of the train itself. You can move down to where the train's attached, which I really rarely use, to be fair. This is the yard camera, which is a very big bird's eye view. It's very zoomed out. You can zoom in and out using the arrows. To quickly zoom, hold the shift. But again, you're restricted, you can't really move apart from that. And then we've got the world view, which allows you to move anywhere you want within a certain distance away from the train, but you can view 360 degrees of your surroundings. Now I'm going to show the action view, but this requires me to get some speed, so I'll be back in 2. Welcome back. This is the 150 now of the action view, and obviously you can see everything's a lot more faster, and obviously as the train goes along, the views will change. Sometimes it's from a bridge, sometimes it's from this, like I said, a bridge now. But as you can see, the pure speed of the beauty is now in action, and that's why it's called the action view. And as you can see, it swoops, boom, follows, and the train looks great. So that is our conclusion of the views aspect of this train. In the next video we will look at performance and what you can do with the train and services it provides. Thanks for watching.